Many from Cedar Falls were following the NFL draft much closer this past season. That's because former Cedar Falls Tiger Ross Pierschbacher was on the watch list to be drafted sometime over the 3-day event. The fourth round of the NFL draft started at 11 a.m. on Saturday, April 27th, with a lot of nervous anticipation for Ross. An ESPN camera crew was there to show Ross along with family and friends as he waited to see where he would be headed on his next journey. We were at the Pierschbacher house along with several hundred other friends and supporters of Ross to watch it unfold.
It's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
First time I've ever been part of a draft party, and really cool that it's somebody you know that's being drafted and how exciting it is. And I know Ross is a little bit nervous, but man, this was just awesome.
The former Cedar Falls Tiger graduated in 2014 after being named a 3-time elite All-State performer by the Des Moines Register. Pierschbacher is the only Tiger in Cedar Falls history to be moved up to varsity as a freshman.
Mitch asked me to go up and watch him at camp, and basically the question was whether or not he could come up and compete in the high school level as a 9th grader, whether he could play varsity football 4A. So I had to go watch him at UNI, and I watched him participate in a football camp, and they were putting him against men. I mean, these kids were 17, 18 years old, and here he is a 15-year-old freshman, and he's over there and he's doing a pretty good job, and he's holding his own and winning more than he's losing. And I go down and I talk to Mitch, and Mitch says, "What do you think?" I said, "I'm pretty sure he can play with us." "Is you sure he'll be safe?" I said, "Well, I'm pretty sure if we let him play with those other 9th graders, they're not going to be safe, so we probably better bring him with us." And he's done a tremendous job since then. Yeah, talented kid.
All the work he put in, being a 9th grader, getting moved up, all the games he played for us, what he did at Alabama.
After redshirting his first year at Alabama, he went on to start all 4 seasons for the Crimson Tide, playing in 4 national championship games, winning 2 national championships.
Alabama back on top of the college football world. Another building block in this dynasty.
By 12:30, the house was filling up with hundreds of guests scattered throughout the house, showing their support for Ross and the Pierschbacher family. At 1:24 Iowa time, the phone rang.
I was a whole lot of emotions going on. I started shaking. The phone blew up and looked at it. It was a Virginia number. And he was like, is this it? My dad asked me, and I was like, yeah, this is it. And he said, "Hey, Ross, this is Jay Gruden with the Washington Redskins, and we're going to take you here in the draft. So you excited?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Can't wait to get out there." And then Pat passed me off to, like I said, the owner and GM and O-line coach. So just ready to get to work.
After the phone call, Ross made a move to choose a hat from each of the 32 NFL hats hanging on the wall. After a round of applause and cheers throughout the house, Ross headed to his family for hugs. Ross and his family and a packed house of supporters gathered around the TV, waiting for the official news.
With the 153rd pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Ross Pierschbacher, center for Alabama.
Yeah, I think that was always kind of the goal for me, to play in the NFL. Football was just my passion, and everything that I did in my life, it revolved around football and all the choices that I made, and just worked so hard up to this point, and I knew that this was the payoff, and so I'm just excited to get this opportunity.
That was pretty intense for everybody. Just the anticipation and waiting, and you knew he thought anywhere from 3rd to round 5, and we're getting into the middle of round 5 or so, and to see him come down with the phone to his ear was an exciting time, and then to officially see it happen. Washington Redskins pick 153. That's awesome.
Ross's former coaches know he will continue to represent Cedar Falls proudly as he continues his career in the NFL.
I think he's been an awesome ambassador to our whole community. I mean, Cedar Falls should be proud he represents himself not only great on the field, but he does an awesome job off the field. I mean, he's such a good kid, and I think that's the most important thing. I mean, not only did he go to Alabama and show that he's a really talented athlete, but he showed himself to be a really quality individual, and he's represented our community, our state. I mean, anybody who knows him knows what kind of a kid he is, and I think that's the most important thing. And he's earned everything he's gotten, everything.
And how he's represented himself over the years has been fantastic. Just awesome for our program. I know Mitch is upstairs smiling down, looking down from heaven, and because he was a big part of that too. And when we working with Ross for those years, it's just great for CF, our community, especially for Ross and his family. What a great deal, and to get an opportunity to go play in the NFL, something he's dreamed about since he was a little kid growing up. Just a fantastic deal.
For me, go in and just be a great teammate, great leader, and earn the respect from the older veterans, and also go in there to compete. I mean, I think that's why they drafted me. Had a talk with their O-line coach, and he's ready for me to come in and just compete at a high level and be ready to plug and play. And so that's my goal, is to be able to go out there and be a starter. Growing up here and everything, and just all the connections that I built, and everyone who's helped me out along the way, it just meant a lot to me to bring them out here and just sort of have them celebrate with me, and just really just be a thankful invite to them as well, and just thanking them for everything that they've done and to help me get to this point. So it wasn't just me, it wasn't just my family, it was the whole community that helped me get to this point, and I was just super thankful for them, and just really wanted to thank them in this way.